In his day, Sokolov was Dunwall's genius. He transformed our city with his inventions. Electricity for the factories and carriages racing along above the streets. As I grew up, his buzzing and glowing devices kept me safe. His stories always made me giggle, and his outrageous conversations shocked aristocrats and overseers alike. Now, all these years later, Kirin Jindosh is Karnaka's genius. A mad inventor who has given the Duke sinister machines that move like people but aren't. Clockwork soldiers that fight and kill. I've got to find out where Sokolov's being held and bring the old man back alive. Rescue one genius and cage the other before he creates an army of Clockwork soldiers.
There's a very specific reason why I'm getting Blink for this level.
Time to power up!
Oh boy. I keep forgetting that you have New Game Plus on, so I was like reeling a little bit at that point.
You don't seem to have bought many
like wait, what?
powers.
Why are there so many
You really
things?
loaded up on like stamina and agility and stuff.
Very capable. It's time to go get Sokolov.
Ain't got time.
Ramsey and the
I mean,
Crown
Megan,
Killer.
you do know that he
Two
would
pieces of
have
the
guards
puzzle.
kidnap totally healthy people and infect them with the plague and then just like study them.
With a
Yup. Just like, this is the only way I'm going to cure the plague. There are many other ways to cure the plague. Just like, I feel like we need a big old subtitle under that, explaining a whole lot of the terrible things Sokolov did in the first game. Everybody just seems to have forgotten about at this point.
Yeah, you know,
The
there's
winners
been
write
there's been
history.
quite a few years between then and now, and
No, and between this and you potentially sparing Grim Alex, aka the Crown Killer, I mean, nepotism and corruption is just part of the course.
True now as it has
The
ever
Crown
been.
Killer.
Let's go. All right, let's get underway.
I love her mask on sequence. It just looks, you compare it to Corvo's thing. It's just like, oh god, looks like she's about to poke her eyes out.
yeah, they tried, but it didn't work out.
Yeah,
so
that's
well.
not really how you put a mask on. You've got to like tie it behind you and like. So what happens if you don't get that little crank wheel and close the leak thing?
Oh, you just miss out on a couple of bonuses that Megan leaves for you. It's really not that big of a
I'll
deal.
make sure they
Tell us
You said there's a wall of
I beg your pardon?
access to the carriage
what we
station.
miss.
I mean, I don't remember exactly what the bonuses are. It's like some money and a couple of darts or something like that.
Yeah, don't they leave
I
like
mean,
a bunch of incendiary darts down there? They would have gone all wet.
No, they do that anyway. They do that anyway.
Yeah, I don't exactly remember what it is, but you know, it's not something that has a huge effect or even like some story reactivity.
Because I remember if you don't smash the bloodfly cage in Sokolov's little cabin, after you've rescued him, it turns out they kind of live in the engine room, and there's like a note from Megan saying, okay, you know, I was wrong about these guys. They're actually really delightful, but now please kill all of them.
That actually is something I didn't know, because I always killed those blood flies
You always kill the
immediately.
bloodflies. The bloodflies must die.
Okay, man, freaking civilian.
It's just like
Like just
broken
moving
with your
very
face.
very high speeds, face through
He
window.
just looked
Fine.
over with
Just like,
resignation.
he didn't even give you a "you broke it, you bought it," Missy. That's what I was
happening
expecting.
now?
And now a complete non
Third time this
sequitur in
week.
5, 4, 3.
I'll tell you a story about Kirin Jindosh. the Duke's grand inventor. Once he was commissioned to make a toy for a 6-year Tivian noble girl. Jindosh worked for 3 months and built a machine composed of wood, brass, and the bones of several cats. It ran on a few drops of whale oil a day. The little girl was told she would have a special treat, and she was perfectly delighted until the moment it was activated. She lives at an asylum up at Dabakfa now, and will until the end of her days.
He's just doing the hips.
Yeah, like when he says doing the hips, it strongly reminded me of Elvis Presley doing "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog."
Okay.
Just he was frickin' working it.
Yeah, he's like, you gotta take care of Delilah.
You gotta take care of Delilah. She's crying all the time.
Yeah.
Pew! Right in the eye.
The guy's missing an eye.
And he just gets
He
thrown
can't cry
so
no more.
far. That's my favorite
God
part.
damn.
Is they just get like get thrown so far away. It is the best.
Ragdolls are always entertaining.
Ragdolls are like half the reason I play video games.
Like, yeah, you just murdered those dudes, and you just don't give a crap about the rest of them. You're just like, okay, now it's time. Now it's time for me to get
There
get
was
some
an
money.
opportunity.
I'm gonna get
and,
paid.
The rest of y'all can just
Emily
go
took it.
take a powder.
It was a test and they're failing.
Man, those guards really do not care.
Why should she go out of her way to murder them when, if they want to die, they'll come to her eventually?
That's quite the communication protocol we're establishing here.
I need a tool that can rewire a wall.
Not to worry. All
The kind
guards
the
come
Grand
to
Guard
Emily in the
uses.
end.
To explain myself.
And then they go
I
to
can
the
help you, but
outsider.
Not right now. Don't even linger here. I'm supposed to get a visit from Paolo, someone you don't want to meet. Come back later. Understood.
Actually,
You
he
should
would be
go.
interesting
We
to
can do
meet.
business another time. Like I said, Paolo is coming by.
Paolo is coming by. Is that why you took Blink, so you can get out from there?
No, she's
Oh.
got plenty of time to get out from there.
I'm...
She probably took Blink so she can, like, kick Jindosh off a ledge or something. That was fast.
Hi.
Wait, you shouldn't have wandered out.
Boom. Rah.
Man, that was quite possibly
Rats,
the
rats.
coolest reveal of that power we've seen so far, just because it does, like, a nice stagehand, now you see him, now you don't sort of thing. There's a random explosion, and then you just hear a screech and some rats.
What would happen if you had,
Come in.
Robokai's eating white rats thing and then you just ate all of Paolo's rats? Would you, like...
Yeah,
That's
that was what I was
it's a lot of
thinking later,
fun.
and I was like, man, I really should have just done that, running around eating all of the Palos.
It's a lot of fun, but unfortunately, this turned into a bit of a clusterfuck instead.
Uh-oh.
Collector's Carapace. Okay, sure.
Let's buy all the fighty things.
I was sitting here wondering why you have all of these options, and I was like, oh right, New Game Plus.
Yep.
I keep forgetting this.
You'll get there
So
eventually,
bad.
man.
It's like a toy box of death.
You'll remember that it's like a
I'll
variety.
get there. I'll get there
Graves.
right as she's about to stick the knife in Delilah another time.
There's plenty of demonstrations ahead.
Yay!
It really does go to show exactly how many tools you get over the course of the game, and how, like, it's exactly this reason why New Game Plus was such a beautiful addition.
I remember before it came out, everyone was so busy trying to mod it into supporting both sets of powers at once. They actually had a fair bit of success too.
Yeah. And then Arcane was like, actually, here you go.
Yeah, it's just like, we agree, that's a really good idea.
Oh, nice job trying to kick from that far away.
That guy tried to kick the bullet. He seriously just thought he was in a kung fu movie.
I don't know.
I mean, he's not far wrong.
I don't know if you can do it.
Not if you're Emily, you're in a kung fu.
This is amazing how many people you're Megan fostering right now.
Other than that, you're just like one
If
of
you're a
those Shaolin
guard, it's a
chumps.
horror movie instead.
Think about that as a game idea, Arcane, where one person plays as like someone who has way more power than they should be allowed to have, and everybody else plays guards, and the objective is simply just to go have whiskey and cigarettes.
Trying to get your own squad.
That feels like a Gary's mod thing.
That kind of sounds like a
You didn't even
wow,
try.
look
You're
at those
just
frames
hello.
drop.
Yowza.
Yay, whirlwind!
Anyway, what I was gonna say is that sounds like it should be an alternate game mode for Friday the 13th. You either play Jason or you play a counselor, and instead of trying to survive or whatever, your objective is to just like go swimming and get and make out in the woods.
I love how even you backed away from like the rogue whale oil tank.
I mean, I would have. After those things start moving, you have no idea where they're going or when they're
It's like
going.
sometimes they'll just bounce around wherever, and other times it's like you look at them wrong and they'll blow up. Like,
It adds a little bit of excitement to the mix.
yeah.
Excitement's
Even
one
when you're
word
in
for it.
overpowered murder dervish.
The confusion. You're just like, wait, where am I again?
I'm in the sky, I think.
I never really noticed, like, on the powers wheel screen, up in the corner, you can, like, hide stuff on the wheel that you just don't want to always be there. Like, if you're never going to use spring razors, like, you can just hide spring razors.
Oh, that's neat. Didn't realize that.
Like, I just never noticed it until,
It's only
a couple
relevant
weeks
in
ago.
New Game Plus, because beyond that, you never get enough
Look
things
at
to really
that homeless
populate
guy,
it.
even though
Yeah,
you don't
but,
give
like,
him money.
if you're playing non-lethal or whatever, and you're like, man, I will never use... I'm never going to use my gun, or I'm never going to use spring razor. Just hide them. Ooh.
The flip.
Oh, wow. You, like, broke
Absolutely
your neck.
gorgeous.
It is a
Shadowform's
monstrous
a
thing.
lot of fun.
It's a monstrous thing.
They're...
I mean, I've already said it's basically becoming a mimic from what is it called?
Prey.
Prey. Yes,
it reminded
Prey is
me
what
of
it's
something
called.
even before that.
Seriously.
If there was a
Basically-
soft landing.
Oh shit!
Wow. it's almost like I'm watching me
Didn't know
try
that
to do
could
something.
happen. And it didn't kill her. Wow. What? That was like a nice delayed, like... Hang on, I have to
that
finish my
happens
line.
Hey, mysterious
On
Marcy.
every single
Watch this.
time I had to play through this level. Every
Is it
time I
because she
said
has
that.
to
goes to
finish
sleep,
her?
she just
She has to
violently
finish her
goes to
line
sleep.
first, and then she can die.
Oh man. I like to imagine that that's how she just goes to bed every day. She's like, all right, I've brushed my teeth, taken my bath, I'm all ready for bed. Does sick backflip.
It doesn't even land in the bed.
Where did what? I didn't even see him. Where did he come from?
There was one
He
still
was
alive.
always there.
Yeah.
Ow.
Somebody's down.
What?
No crap.
Huh?
I was trying to decide if I cared enough to go after him at that point.
Answer.
I didn't.
Things to stab.
There's a rune back there, but I guess you don't really need a lot of runes right now.
She kind of does need all of the runes because she's got a lot to buy still. I think. I mean, maybe I read the power purchase thing wrong.
He's
I have
greedy.
a fair bit left to buy, but
not
for some levels, it's not really worth spending a lot of time on them. This level's one of them, because it
That's
just
fair.
takes so long if you're trying to get everything.
I mean, you just had to run out the door and grab the rune and run back. There was a black bone charm back there too.
Whereas, I try and do something a little bit special for Jindosh's
Uh-oh.
mansion.
Are you
Man.
gonna kick people off the cliff? Slow motion sword twirl.
Are you going to set it on fire and then just dance your way through it?
You know, it really amazes me that even the even the throat cutting procedures that
Ooh, that's a
Emily
good
and
one.
Corvo have are distinctly different in a lot of ways. You know, Corvo cuts their throats and then just lets them drop. Emily cuts their throats and then has to twist their neck around because clearly cutting their neck wasn't enough. She also has to break it.
Well, she's gotta, maybe she can't cut as deep, so she's gotta, like, open the gap. Just to make sure enough arterial blood
deeply to
spills
demol-
out.
Wait, what the? Oh. For a minute there, it looked like you threw your sword at him.
This is what you get for administrating!
I don't know what this guy was doing, but he was very carefully trying to inspect
Right in
that
the
doorway.
Kidneys. I mean, he probably lived through that one. That was just through his kidneys. That one's a killer.
The jumping execution is excessive, but always entertaining.
Yeah, that was very Batman. Only, lethal Batman. I wonder what went through the wall of light to get rid of some of the power there. I noticed the rail oil tank was a little low.
Yeah, rats probably.
Or I wonder if some of the stuff flipping off of the razor wire trap wouldn't hit it.
Oh, good thought.
That's interesting.
What?
That sounds like some science we're gonna need to figure out. If you can.
What are you talking about? What razor wire trap?
She dropped a couple of spring razors as she ran away from the checkpoint.
Yeah, the first one was quite close to it, and we were saying, what made that happen?
Maybe.
How what thing?
Wow, you woke him up. You woke him up.
That is unacceptable.
I'm astonished.
Waking a man up like that. At least you put him back to sleep forever.
Well, that guy nearly killed me again on my practice run through. He is
Really?
a bitch if you just try and fight him with a sword.
Oh, okay.
So,
if you say so.
Wow.
I do.
Okay then.
It's the only run where we've actually woken him up, so everybody else has just like choked him out or killed him in his sleep. So
right, everybody else it's honestly news to me that he can be a real threat. Though I mean, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I guess that makes sense. Simply because he's in such a small space, the only thing he can do is just continually try to cut the crap out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the other options, I'm just really bad at sword fighting, which is both eminently possible and probably likely.
Just say eminently possible.
I mean, he's an officer too, so they're a little bit more tricky with swords.
The veterans are legitimately pretty quick on the draw. And, Orb's insistence that I'm really bad at everything aside, I've noticed a lot of people have difficulty getting decent parries off on the red uniformed captains and veterans.
That's
like reverse Star Trek. The red guys have less chance of dying than everyone else.
I mean, at reflexes you can upgrade to. The reflexes there's in the reflex upgrade tree. There's one that gives you more time to counteract, but it's usually not worth it because you can just crossbow them in the leg and then you can stab them in the face. Here we go. What's Rose gonna do? What's Rose gonna do? She can sneak.
Yeah, this is actively a really interesting thing here.
Okay, you're gonna let him know that someone's here. Here we go.
Someone's activated one of the mechanisms in my house.
That would be hilarious if someone came in and then just dropped a grenade right where the first one is gonna come up. Nope. Oh, you're gonna have a little chit-chat with him.
Seems like this might be a thing.
Oh, now that I can see you face to face, I know who you are.
Oh, okay. Wow, that was a little
bit of back alley in your movements. Yeah.
Oh, the space behind.
Is that why you got Blink to just be faster in here?
There you are.
Yeah. Far reach isn't that fast.
Oh, you actually are gonna have a talk with him, aren't you? Oh, this should be good. I've never seen Emily talk with Jindosh.
Uh-oh. Oh no, someone's...
Now that I see you, I've worked out who you are. Not a hired cutthroat. Your clothes are too fine. An aristocratic thrill seeker? That's closer. You've trained with weapons formally, but you're not a salon fencer. There's a bit of back alley in your movements. All that, and you have your father's eyes, your imperial majesty. Welcome, Lady Emily Caldwin.
Impressive, Jindosh. Then you must also know why I'm here.
I'd assume my involvement with the Duke brought you to my door. Or maybe you're after washed-up Anton Sokolov, comfortably residing in the assessment chamber. Either way, come find me and take whatever it is you seek. But if you fall, I'll have your body carried to my lab for dissection and study. Until either comes to pass, your secret is safe with me.
I'll see you soon, Jindosh.
See you soon. Like
Very
real
soon.
soon. Stop time. Here we go.
Oh, I love
Yeah, this is some speedrun
Yeah,
strats
you're
right
gonna
here.
need those refills. All right, here we go. Hurry up. Hurry
Oh, this
up.
is so
Stop
good.
time.
I love this.
There we go. Yes.
Yes!
Please tell me that you
No.
do the bridge underneath him. Please tell
How
me
you
that you
doing?
reach back the bridge. Yes! Yes!
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Goodbye.
See you, dude.
See you later, skater!
Goodbye, Grand Inventor.
Wow. I'm in awe. That is.
Did you guys see the current there? Like that was like
Yeah,
light
fast.
speed.
Not bad.
Dude was just history.
He would have absolutely no like a discernible way of knowing what the fuck just happened to him. He's just like, see you later. Wait, what?
Then
mean,
all
he probably
then he
smashed his
barely
face on the
gets time to
rocks.
pull his sword. And oh man, that was hard. Do you mind? We're trying to have a moment
One arm
here,
and still wants to
Clockworks.
kill you. Oh god, I love how you're just wrecking the place.
Wasting no time,
You're like,
just dropping
what are you
it.
gonna do about it? You're dead. Smash. Explode.
So as you can see, the benefits of not collecting all the runes distinctly outweigh the negatives.
Huh?
Yeah, holy buckets.
Because as fun as this is to watch, this was a lot more fun to play.
You can always mop up after everyone's
Once you
dead.
know your way around Dishonored games, you can pull off some absolutely amazing nonsense.
Oh!
Alright then.
Oh god, how did you fucking cut them in half?
How to make Wind Blast viable, just make it really powerful so it eviscerates people. It's fun.
I was sitting here wondering if
Oh my God.
what was gonna happen with that, because we saw Robokai give that a shot a couple of times, and it was just sort of like, I'm gonna get caught on the railing.
Of course,
right?
chronologically speaking, they're going to see that after this video, so way to go.
Okay, well,
dill
I'm
pickle.
sorry. We sometimes record these things out of order.
Poor guy gets confused.
Depends
enough
on
with
what we have time for that day. All right, I apologize to anybody watching. But
Okay,
yeah,
calm
spoiler
down.
alert:
Calm
Robokai
down.
does try this sort of thing, and they just sort of go up against the guardrail. In this case, the guardrail goes.
His is usually
with
like
them.
the first one up though, so it's
Became a
fine.
guard-colored rail.
Not a threat anymore.
You were an interesting little girl. You've become a fascinating woman.
An interesting little girl. That's an understatement.
He becomes a lot more interesting with that, because it's not the sort of benign, happy uncle inventor trope.
Something just made squishy noises.
That was well
Yeah,
scouted.
that's not bad.
Good God, it feels like you have like every speed charm equipped as well.
For carrying bodies, yes I do.
Oh right, you did get that last episode, didn't you?
And then...
Oh my god, you can go so fast with quadruple Undertaker. You can go super fast.
Something terrible is about to happen.
Oh no, you
What
didn't
the-
take.
Whoa!
No, get away from the. Oh no.
So I wasn't
What did you do?
You.
I wasn't sure if I had rewired it or not. So I threw her in to test. She blew
Yeah,
up,
if
so I
it's a-
thought it was safe.
Yeah, I think at that point she
It
becomes a
was not.
projectile, so it's like, we gotta block that.
Yeah.
The game goes like, I gotta block that,
Dead.
that's a projectile, that's a thrown
Don't
object.
block that. Yep.
Okay.
Luckily for us, we're still in Drunko vision.
Click.
That.
Wow.
Okay, all of that just
Now
happened.
you're just making extra
It was
sure.
amazing, and it just happened.
It's super satisfying. Like if you're a chaos, like not a chaos. If you're like a stealth person like me, it takes you like hours to get through the level because you're like, I don't want to kill anybody, and then you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna kill everybody. Like it takes you a fraction
30
of the
minutes.
time.
30 minutes to do the entire level. Whereas I jump around like a flea on a hot brick, and it still takes me 45 trying to be careful. Okay then.
Yeah, don't wanna make friends
I don't
with
even
those.
know what that was, but fuck
No.
that.
They have an
It was
electrostatic
like his
discharge
stun.
attack.
It was like his stun thing, but it went wrong somehow.
It went far, is what happened.
Yeah,
It'll
usually
go
they don't have like
They
you know,
can
the whole
accidentally-
lightning bolt
Usually it
thing
connects
going
pretty
on
quickly
there.
because it's practically instantaneous, so I don't know.
Yeah, but it's directed though, so like sometimes they'll hit other soldiers and stuff with it. If you've got multiple ones, here they are. Goodbye.
Play back into
Frickin'
case
Frickin'
barrel,
Frickin'
way
Rose is
too
just
slow.
Going, you're good, but I'm better.
I mean, you left his house in pretty good shape in the end.
For a
The house was a
certain-
marvel.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't murder literally everybody in the joint, right?
She
So-
didn't even kill any of the Clockwork soldiers. She killed like 2 of them.
Yeah,
I killed a couple Clockwork soldiers.
Yeah,
But,
like, you killed like 2 or 3.
Honestly, because I was doing this all in one take, right? And
Yeah.
I was way too paranoid about Sokolov getting killed accidentally and ruining it. So I was like,
yeah.
I'm just gonna run the fuck away. And it's a valid
Yeah.
decision to make. Because you really don't gain anything by fighting them.
You gain chutzpah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
You get to watch
Does
we get to
that
watch a
work?
robot fall apart, and the rest of us are like, yay! That's okay too.
Oh, you got 3 exploding robots. Isn't that enough for
did.
you?
No.
We got
You're-
an amazing Jindosh
no.
death,
You know
so
us, we
that's-
like our excessive amounts of explosions.
Oh, is that still here?
Man,
Torso.
you are braver than me pulling that crap.
No, that's good.
Damn it. That's better.
Oh, there. Oh
And then it does nothing.
no.
What? Sure.
Yes.
It's just sitting there.
We feel wow, okay.
Okay.
Did you just teleport
Whoa!
into that, or did that just thing explode by itself?
Hi.
Yay! Oh, yeah, the witches won't do that.
I do like that they have like some countermeasures for some of your dickery.
Oh.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
no, that was one of the most fun fights I've been in Dishonored. Because they can actually keep up.
True.
How you doing?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, is she? Yeah, she's out.
You're
I
done.
was wondering if she was gonna get up or what was going on there.
Oh.
See, that's what I love about witches, is that when you actually fight them, they're a lot of fun.
I mean, the part that I've always appreciated is that they do a good job of like being a countermeasure to your powers without actually just being a screw you to your powers. Like, everybody wondered why we didn't have the music boxes in this particular game, and it is odd that they're not there, but by the same token, I never really found the music boxes that terribly fun. Because there was this incredible, wonderful
You did it.
element to
How is
everything
he?
that, and randomly just be like, nah,
But he'll
we're just not doing that right
I think
now.
it was possible. You must have a story to tell. I'll hear it back at the ship.
You could say that.
It's gonna be a very short story though, because you know we're only going for like half an hour. Can you imagine being Megan being just like, okay, this is probably gonna take a while, and then like half an hour later, Emily just walks out. It's like, okay.
She's like, I didn't even finish a cigar. What?
It's very difficult for her to set up a cigar to smoke as well.